Hello and welcome to another episode of the Truly Bedrock Rewind. This week we'll be taking a look at what happened on the Truly Bedrock SMP realm between the 16th and 22nd of September. As usual, we'll start with the high five, highlighting 5 of the members' videos, followed by a summary of what the rest of the members got up to, as well as the community clips as picked by you. Don't forget, we need you to help keep picking our favourite clips each week. If you want to get involved, please head over to our Discord and check out the Rewind Highlights channel. Instructions for how to post can be found on the pinned post, and if you're not already a member of the Discord, the invite link can be found in the description below. Before we start, did you know that the trulybedrock.com website has all of the videos from all of the members listed in the order of when they were published? We want to make it as easy as possible for you to see what happened and when, so you never miss out on any of the fun. Don't forget to check it out after this video. And finally, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Truly Bedrock Rewind channel to keep up to date with all the fun and shenanigans that occur on the realm each week. Anyway, enough of that, let me give you a big high five and get right into it. Jessi starts us off this week with episodes 8 and 9 focusing on her nether tunnel area, a floating island and many custom trees. She starts episode 8 by showing off the decoration she's done on the nether side of her portal, melding the concrete fallout look of Zloy's hub design with the natural look of her base area. It looks amazing, adding an exotic and wild feel to the otherwise structured and rigid feel of the tunnel leading towards it. Shortly after, TNC turns up and they both head off across the nether, heading towards unraided Guardian farms. They then stumble into some unloaded chunks along the way and attempt to force load them by hopping out of the nether and then back in again. Making Jessi the guinea pig, TNC stays safe in the overworld while Jessi manages to suffocate inside a wall on her way back in. After respawning at her base and leading back to the glitch portal, she finds the chunks are still broken, so both her levels and a totem were wasted in vain. Jessi only just avoids another death to suffocation after her second totem explodes while fighting an Elder Guardian. She just about escapes with her life before heading back with a whole ton of Prismarine from the raid. She then takes a moment to laugh at TNC's interesting attempt at a custom tree.
Wow.
It's hideous. It is just straight hideous.
Before heading over to Killer Drone's flower farm we saw in last week's rewind. Whilst at the farm, she details plans to go into business with Killer, selling decoration and lots of flowers. Their shop is planned to be located on a floating island, which Jessi then starts building in a live stream. After finishing off the island in a quick time lapse, Jessi then heads back to base to detail her plans to surround her area with custom cliffs, custom trees and custom walls in order to protect herself from any potential threat.
It's gonna be a nice hidden oasis away from everything, away from the moon, away from the crazy other members who don't think that the moon is a big deal. This is going to be my hideaway, my bunker.
Jessi finishes her episode with a quick tutorial on making 2 types of custom trees and asking the audience for help in naming her new dogs that she got off camera. In episode 9, Jessi spends even more time making custom trees, first detailing her build palette for a custom path and then doing quite an in-depth tutorial on how to put it all together. After detailing her plans to surround the path with yet even more custom trees and foliage, Jessi cuts from the video to a live stream replay showing her running away from none other than FoxyNotail, who was chasing her in the nether.
I'm being chased by a zombie. Yeah, I mean, he kind of looks like Foxy, so I'm being punched.
Coming back to the pathwork, Jessi fills it all in with yet more custom trees and bushes and finally declares herself as the tree lady of the realm.
Man, these trees take a lot of time. During stream day, I came to realize I'm kind of the tree lady. I don't know when that happened. I don't really understand it, but hey, you know what? There are worse things that you could be known for.
Up next we have Laurie, who teams up with Silent in his episode 46 in an attempt to spend as many diamonds as possible. Laurie starts his episode detailing how the lack of sufficient zombie protection in his base resulted in all of his hard-earned toolsmith villagers going missing. Fortunately, however, there are still 2 villagers remaining that he is happy to breed up to create a new batch. I'm not sure how successful that plan will be, considering one of the villagers is clearly not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Can you please get a job? There's like a lot of them sitting there.
Unhappy with the prospect of breeding the idiot that lost his village, Zoe cures a couple of zombie villagers and then realizes he doesn't actually have any emeralds to trade them with. Cut to Zoe conveniently running into Silent after discovering Silent's raid shop is all sold out. After a quick debate stating that they're the only ones buying from each other in their own shops, they head to the Pebble Alliance HQ above the bank and look at the current state of the financial market. Silent puts up a couple of graphs showing the detrimental effect on the economy due to to Zloy's prolific diamond expenditure and suggests that the only way to prevent the graph from crashing down into mine and Slack's end shop is to spend all of the diamonds.
I mean, we should probably have enough diamonds by now to just buy out all the shops available.
Yeah, that sounds like a great plan to me. I'll grab a couple of these shopping bags and we can go hit up some shops.
Sure, that makes loads of sense. They then show a pretty cool montage of them both blowing their blue rocks on pretty much everything available for sale in the shopping area, resulting in them being surrounded by a ton of junk they don't really want and still more diamonds than they have any use for.
Stonks.
Definitely stonks.
Weird flex, but okay. Well, it took me a while to get my head around how this plan will actually work, but I think I've figured it out. Basically, in order for Laurie and Silent to increase their own profits based on sales for pebbles, they have to control the economy by making sure they were the only people with any items to sell, thus forcing everyone else to buy their items back for pebbles instead of diamonds. So the only way this can possibly work is if Laurie and Silent then resell all of the items they've just purchased back to everyone else. Finally, it makes sense.
Could potentially resell all of this, but honestly, I feel the better idea would be to recombobulate it and use on a project of some sort.
Oh, right. Okay. Anyway, moving on, Zloy then heads over to Silent's snowy tundra to discuss building a roof over the villager trading hall and how they're going to get super rich from selling beacons generated from the world's laggiest stray-powered wither school farm.
It's actually extremely slow and laggy.
Silent assures Zloy that the farm isn't laggy and will generate up to 35 skulls per hour, providing that you run it on a single-player world on a supercomputer from the future powered by a collapsing neutron star. Regardless of the lag, Silent demonstrates the farm working and bringing the realm to a pretty much complete halt, forcing the moon to jump backwards in time as the slime block flying machines jitter their way across the ice. No wonder the moon is broken.
This thing farms strays, actually.
And rabbits.
And polar bears. And wandering traders.
In a slightly less realm-devastating episode, BlueJay's episode 19 was yet another fun and high-energy look at creating a villager transport system for his villager breeder. BlueJay starts by showcasing his villager breeder created in a recent stream and details how there were a couple of issues with it, including the transport system which isn't really suitable for villager babies. Whilst working on improvements, he also explains that he has a whole bunch of unfinished projects that he vows to get finished as soon as possible so he can get on with some new ones. After getting the water stream sorted, he goes back to the breeder to make sure all the villagers are getting down to business and that the newborns are correctly running towards the child snatchers' death pits in order to be transported before they're fully grown.
Come on, it just takes one little step into the trap. It's okay, we'll have a brighter future for you, a taller ceiling, more things to do. Just head on in there. It's okay. Just head on in there. Go on, little guy. Go on.
While creepily creeping on the villagers, BlueJay then gets creeped by a creeper with a blast that only just narrowly avoids the villager breeder. Satisfied that his baby capturing system is working effectively, he then heads back down to the collection area to work on the automatic redstone system to collect them one at a time so they can either be sent to the trading hall or dealt with the good old-fashioned way by means of incineration at his rocket launch pad. Someone really ought to tell him that villagers can now have their professions changed and trades rolled since the Village and Pillage update. The death part of the system is pretty much just gratuitous at this point. Either way, after a few failed attempts due to dodgy minecart mechanics and a bunch of escaped villagers later, BlueJay finally gets it all working just the way he wants it.
You guys better not be stealing my stuff.
Tiz makes a tantalizing return to YouTube in his first video since his PC died, which he starts by trolling Echo via means of a treasure hunt. Tiz drops off a book and chest requesting Echo heads off several 100,000 blocks away in order to find treasure, with the actual coordinates hidden on page 3 that lead to a spot just nearby containing just a chest with a renamed stick.
He's gonna think we're all really weird.
After that, Tiz heads back to base to explain that while he was offline, he had been pranked by Zap, who built a giant chicken in his base that was supposed to fire eggs. Sadly though, the redstone had locked up, meaning that only some of the eggs had hatched into Tizzy's base, not really causing too much of an issue. He then cuts to footage recorded prior to his PC going bang, showing him posting the Kill Tiz job at the Freelance Tavern. The job gives the other members of the realm a chance to get their hands on a stack of iron ore, 4 diamonds and a stack of redstone blocks just for killing him. How hard could it be? In less than 2 hours after the job was posted, I contacted him as per the instructions and challenged him to a fight. Completely underestimating the task and completely misunderstanding the rules, I had to ask Tiz to guide me to his location so that he could then proceed to smash me to smithereens with his clearly superior armor, weapons, and just skill in general. After me then popping a couple of totems and a misfire with a potion, Tiz lays the final blow, declaring an easy victory and leaving the area unscathed. Cutting back to the present, Tiz explains that since his PC died, both Silent and Zap have expressed an interest in taking on the job too, so Tiz gets to work planning a charged creeper trap near his base. He lures a single charged creeper into a hole, places some water above its head, and fits a lever designed to pop the creeper up through the water and out behind his attacker at the very start of the battle. His first test, whilst entertaining, was less than successful, with his second test a complete failure due to him putting the lever down in the wrong place. Third time lucky though, the charged creeper pops up without issue, setting his trap ready for the oncoming storm that is Silent Whisper.
It's Silent. Silent is really, really good at this game. Not the Foxy isn't, it's just, Silent, I don't know what to expect from Silent.
Hey look, it's me again, and this week I dropped 4 episodes. That's right, 4, but we're only going to actually look at 3 of them in any detail, and one was technically a special storyline episode, which is why I chose to highlight me this week. So, starting with my second to last episode that week, because why not, in episode number 47, I start work on my base explaining my plans to build a house inside first, then outside to fit, surrounded by gardens and a farmyard and other countryside features. Whilst working on the room, I decide I need some resources, so head to the shopping centre for some concrete, only to find Liara's shop has completely been bought out. I purchase a handful of dye from Daphne and then wander around looking for a wool shop, wondering why no one's selling any. Sorry about that, Zap. I then head over to Slack's base to steal some 2 tall flowers while noticing that he has bought out the entire wood stock from Prowl and Zap's log shop. Back to my lounge, I look at different wall ideas and decide that a mix of terracotta is just what I need, but not what I've got. So after a quick trip to the not mining mesa, I cover my tracks so nobody can tell me off for digging in the wrong area. Back to the lounge again, I make some changes, add a bay window, put in a ceiling and get it all looking really quite lovely. Then in episode 48, I throw up a quick barn and use a brand new wood type. And the extension's got the spruce oak wood, and the reason for that is that the spruce oak is slightly brighter, so it looks like it's a bit newer, whereas the dark oak looks like it's been around a bit longer. Is that the new wood from the mangrove tree in the swamp update, FoxyNotail? No, it's just me being an idiot. I then head off to the end in order to get ender pearls from some problematic endermen so that I can come back and mine some spruce oak before shooting off to the Guardian farm for some tool and armor repairs. I then dash over to the desert to grab some sand so that I can get to work on the concrete heavy Fallout inspired nether tunnels designed by Zloy. Several trips to my concrete making system later and an accidental slip through the 1 block deep floor in the nether, I eventually get everything in place and finish off the tunnel. Phew. Now, going back to my second episode that week, in episode 46, I offer a very in-depth guide to the Realm admin, including pruning the world, resetting the end, fixing some issues, and the software and apps I use to make it all work. If you're interested in learning about that sort of thing, then head over to my channel to check it out. For the sake of the rewind, however, it's pretty uninteresting, so we're going to skip it. What is interesting, however, and also agonizingly sad, is what happens in my episode 45. Titled Funeral for a Friend, we see a flashback to Mr. Onion being chased and devoured by some sort of demented beast that's been terrorizing the realm. Was it the same one that we saw chasing Jessi earlier? Maybe so. Either way, during the episode, Truly Bedrock's latest genuine member, nothing to do with me, Mr. Barbecue comes running over to me whilst I'm organising my chests. He explains that a zombie that looks like me ate Mr. Onion in the shopping area. After a little bit of coercion, I head over to see the truth for myself and I find that Mr. Onion has indeed been eaten alive. Mr. Onion's dead! No! Oh, I can't believe it, not Mr. Onion. Anyone but Mr. Onion. Brain scooped out by a zombie like taking the top of a soft-boiled egg. What a way to go. Poor Mr. Onion. Following the discovery, Mr. Barbecue and I meet with Zloy over at the freshly laid grave for a less than respectful funeral.
And I'm only here to just make sure that he's dead.
With Zloy refusing to believe that Mr. Onion or Mr. Barbecue are anything other than figments of my own imagination, he then points out that mysteriously, every single one of the graves at my graveyard has been dug up. But Enderman? They're all like gravel and grass, so...
Yeah, those are some precise Enderman.
Perhaps it was Enderman. or perhaps it was someone doing a prank, or perhaps the realm's been overrun by zombie no-tails. Who knows? Personally, I think it's all a bunch of nonsense. Coincidence, probably. Well, that's it for the High Five this week. If you're interested in finding out any more about any of the Truly Bedrock members and creators, make sure to check out all of their channels. Details and links are in the description below, as well as on the trulybedrock.com website. Now it's time for a quick summary of what the rest of our members got up to last week. Prowl posted episode 34, where he upgrades his tree farm and makes the channel announcement. TNC raids an ocean monument, #blames Prowl, and works on his storage system in episodes 17 and 18. Silent releases episodes 34 and 35, which see him finishing off his beacon factory and buying out the shopping district with Zloy, and Killer's episode 5 shows him creating the floating island steampunk shop. Slack destroys the mob farm and works on a wool farm at his witch hut in episodes 37 and 38, and Echo built a house in his episode 3. Don't forget, if you want to see any more from any of the Truly Bedrock members, be sure to subscribe to their channels and watch out for more Truly Bedrock content. Links to all of the members' channels can be found in the description, as well as on the trulybedrock.com website, and you'll also find a full list of everyone's videos, biographies, and information about Truly Bedrock hosted on the website as well. We now move on to the highlights of the week as chosen by you, our community, via our Discord channel. And our first clip was posted by The Mike, and it shows TNC discovering an AFK fox hiding in a hole.
Oh look, there's a fox. There's a fox in a box. Here, you want a milk bucket? There you go. Do you want some dark prismarine? Oh, he is there. Run away!
Marco Zeta shares Prowl's episode 34, where he discovers all of his wood has been bought out.
Whoa! What? 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 What is that? Somebody bought all of it. They literally bought. Who did all this?
And the final clip comes from Gargi Discord, who shared Slack's episode 37, where he destroys the entire mob farm in a single punch.
But it's working. It works now. We just have to be careful cutting over, right? Hey, yeah!
It don't work no more!
What? Black! Mania!
It don't work no more!
Oh, logged round straight away. Oh, Slack. Oh, look at all this kelp, though.
Yeah, I think I see the problem, Foxy. I think I see the problem.
Oh, the squid. Oh, no.
And that's it from our community clips this week. Don't forget, we need you to post your favourite clips from any of the members' videos in the Rewind Highlights channel on the Truly Bedrock Discord. If you're not a member already and you want to get involved, the Discord invite link is in the description below. Check it out. And that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this week's Rewind. If you did, please do leave a like and subscribe. And if you haven't already, do leave a comment. And hopefully I'll catch you all next week with the next Truly Bedrock Rewind. Bye!